500,000 202 500,000 202. My brother Charles is here as we get into the papers. Charles, good morning.
Kwame, good morning. Yeah. How's it going?
Charlie, we're managing.
Brand new week.
Yeah, brand new week.
Yeah, it was a long weekend.
Yeah, we don't get out very often.
But I'm not sure you enjoyed it.
Oh, it depends. I spent some time sleeping.
Kwame, you're overworking. You're overworking.
I've spent some time sleeping. Every little time I get, I try to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, every little time.
And that helps?
I guess. Oh yeah, that helps. Whether it's... I'm not good at sleeping during the day. It's a tough one for me. I don't know why, but I'm just not good at that. I struggle to sleep with lights.
Oh, I see.
But so if it's dark, it's easier for me. If it's daytime, you know, and with the kids around as well.
No, Kwame, it's still okay.
Charlie,
I know.
Daddy. It's daddy's.
I know.
But when they sleep, then you can also.
So you know, with me, yeah. Sometimes when I close from the office, it gets so difficult to leave the office, go back home, and you get the likes of Elizabeth and co telling me that, Mr. Akrofi, won't you go home? Mr. Akrofi, won't you go home? Then I tell them that you guys don't know.
Tell them you live in Siberia.
If I get home now,
you can't do anything.
I can't do anything. Kwame, the kids will drag me here and there.
Daddy.
It's because of them we are doing this. This morning when I was waking up, Kwame, it was terrible. It was really difficult for me to actually wake up from bed.
I was worried about the rains. The message I got from
Interior Ministry.
It was very interesting. I mean, it's not very often I get a message from the Interior Ministry. So the message I got came in somewhere. I looked at the time and I was like, oh wow, that's great stuff coming in from a ministry that wants to be proactive. I got that message at 22:23, so that's 10:23 p.m.
Yes.
And it was very clear. Greater Accra, moderate rain likely Monday, July 6th from 4 to 7 a.m. 40% chance in brackets. Low-lying areas be flood. Emphasis on May. Avoid flooded roads. Stay alert. When I got this message, it changed my entire plans for this morning. So I was like, look, I've got to leave home earlier than normal because I normally would leave home plus or minus like 4:45 thereabouts. But I was like, what if by 4:45? What if by 4:45 it is intense? What do I do? I'll be stuck. So let me leave home earlier than before. Yeah.
So I slept around 3. I slept 3 a.m.
Because you're doing a lot of work. Yeah.
And I was struggling. I was struggling to sleep. By 4, my wife woke me up.
Yeah.
And so the alarm told, and she was like, "You need to get up, go and bath and go."
Yeah.
And I was
before
like,
the rain starts.
Yes. I was like, please allow me to sleep some 30 minutes more.
Sure.
It's like, please, this 30 minutes, it will not wake you after 30 minutes. If I wake you up, you will not respond to it.
You know.
So please wake up, go and bath. She literally dragged me from bed this morning. And when I was coming to work and I saw her, she also goes early, but today I think she left around 6 thereabout. So when I was coming to work and I saw her still in bed, I'm like, I'm jealous. You guys are enjoying yourself in bed, and but for God and country, they say, isn't it? We are here this morning to serve God and our country, and of course, today's when? Today's
6th of July.
July is gradually also.
I'm telling you. It was just last week we had the Thanksgiving and prayer day.
Exactly. It felt just like yesterday.
I'm telling you. And today is the 6th already.
Kwame, almost a week on. Almost a week into July.
I'm telling you.
Kwame, but we are here. Let me take you straight into what the dailies have carried out this morning, starting off with the Informal newspaper. It says nothing but the truth. The big story on the front page of the newspaper says Amidu's anti-corruption credibility in tatters as he advises Oforiatta not to cooperate with lawful investigation. I have a problem with this headline, corporate, as in corporation, and it's spelled CORPORATE, as in corporation, but it's talking about him to cooperate, to collaborate as far as investigations into some of his actions here in Ghana are concerned. So I think sometimes, unless I'm wrong, Kwame,
obviously you're not.
I'm not, yeah? Okay, so I think some of the editors should watch some of these things whenever they are trying to, put out the stories. But that story comes with...
This one should have been the COOP.
Yes, exactly.
Not corporate as a corporate environment.
Exactly. So that's what is on the front page. That's the big story on the front page of the Informal newspaper this morning. Recurring Accra floods. Ghana needs bold leadership, not relief items. And government has been told. Details of that story is found on page 4 of the newspaper this morning. Now, xenophobic attacks. Jinapo calls for Mahama Ramaphosa talks, and it comes with a picture of Samuel Abu Jinapo there on the front page, and Opon Kruma Kojo slams government over flood response. Zoom Lion Ashanti RCC launch cleanup campaign, and so this is more like an editorial piece. It's also featured on the front page of the newspaper this morning. It says dissolve flood task force now. Okay, so that's according to Afenyo marking the minority leader in parliament. Let's check out what the other papers have also carried out this morning. The Daily Democrat, it also says that nothing but the truth. The info nothing but the truth. Daily Democrat, nothing but the truth. The big story on the front page, our culture, our strength, and that's according to Mahama. And stories found on pages 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the newspaper this morning. Ghana Exim Bank joins UN Global Compact. Now, NPA engages retail outlets, operators, and tanker drivers to enhance regulatory compliance. And a cocoa board pays 2.6 billion Ghana cedis to cocoa farmers. Now, Primpark demands urgent planning reforms to curb flooding, and those stories are found on the front page of the newspaper this morning. Chief of Staff calls for innovative leadership. That's Chief of Staff Julius Debra there, and a tribute long overdue. The NDC's enduring bond with its founder. Details of that story also found in the newspapers this morning. Let me take you straight into the Inquisitor this morning. It says redefining objectivity, NDC national chair race. That's Opon Fosu leads in early polls. Okay. And Cocobot doles out 2.6 billion Ghana cedis to settle farmers. Comes with a picture of the CEO of the Ghana Cocobot, Dr. Randy Abe there. Now, 2-4 to celebrate Akwisidai at US in August. Details of that story found on pages 4 and 5 of the newspaper. That's the Inquisitor this morning. And NPA engages retail outlets, tanker drivers over compliance. Now, the Ghanaian Point newspaper, it says accurate, firm, and reliable. Chebi Ohum Festival Chief of Staff pledges strong government support for agriculture and equitable development, and caps with a picture of the Chief of Staff Julius Debra there. Now, Ghana Medical Trust Fund strengthens cardiac care push, supports specialist training and modern infrastructure. Details of that story also found on page 6. Now, businessman Ibrahim Mahama to support young Ghanaian AI innovator, and the name is quite, I don't want to butcher it this morning, so but let me try. It's Namguina Samuel. Okay, and many doubted us, but Black Stars made Ghana proud, and that's according to the now outgone coach of the Black Stars, Carlos Queiroz. Beautiful picture there of himself and the president of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Edwin Simeon Okreku there. And some university courses are useless. That's according to former education minister who has criticized jobless degree programs. And Kwame, that story actually caught my attention yesterday. I read a piece from Prof.
I've seen some back and forth on that in the last 24 hours. Yeah. Everybody has an opinion on issues in this country. Yeah.
I know. Anyway,
everyone has something to say.
Today newspaper this morning, Truth and Enlightenment. It says that Mahama pledges pension boost as economy recovers. Details of that story on page 3 of the newspaper. Avoid flood damaged food, FDA wants. But how do you get to know that this food that you are consuming was actually salvaged, so to speak, from the flood waters? When Dr. Vanessa was here last week, I was asking myself a lot of questions. Kwame, it's a serious thing. I think the Ghana Health Service, need to do a lot of work in that regard, in terms of how they are able to recall some of these products. I don't know how they are going to do it, but Kwame, we are all at risk, and the outbreak of cholera is imminent. Yeah, it is.
I remember some medication she shared with us when she visited about ensuring that you try to eat a fair bit of warm food. So because you have no idea where the food is coming from, well, it's something I do anyway, even before she visited us. I try to ensure that a lot of food that I consume, if it is not those kind of foods that I may probably just have to eat on the go, I try to ensure that my food is always warm.
But how about those ones? Those ones you have to eat on the go, like you said, the biscuits, the Milos, and all of that. You saw some of the videos where these guys
want to try and
had
do
gone
it
to
warm.
salvage. Milo, I understand.
I'm not a fan of biscuits. Once in a while.
Yeah, so you can still buy. Kwame, you can still buy.
Well.
Anyway, so that story is on the page 3. That's the Mahama story. It's on page 3, and then the food and drugs story, or the warning that they are given this morning, is also found on page 3 of the newspaper. Army takes over flood cleanup, illegal buildings targeted. I hope they're able to do something. Now, 48,000 homeless after floods, and I'm sure it's got to do with the flooding we recently experienced in the country. And Colombia ends Ghana's run. Kwame. When I watched so after the first half, I had to turn off.
Oh. Why? You're finished.
And then my little boy woke up in the middle of the night because he wanted to go and pee. And I was like, Daddy, Ghana is playing today. You are not watching. I'm like, see, I don't want to watch that. It wasn't nice. And you know who I was thinking about?
Tell me.
I was thinking about you. I'm like, how do you do it? To sit there, because you see, you are a Ghanaian, and you follow obviously the Black Stars. To sit back there, do the commentaries or do the in-studio discussions and all of that, and yet still watch it and come back to do your work professionally in the studio. I'm like, Kwame, how are you doing it? Me.
A painful watch.
It was a painful watch.
Especially when you lose. I mean, when you win, you're excited. When you lose, challenge. Of
course, the Colombian team, we understand. Yes,
they were better than us.
Yeah,
they were just not good enough.
But this is not a team that would have matched the likes of the Asamajans and Co in the past. Oh, come on, Ghana.
The thing is, I mean, with the greatest of respect to the materials available to us, the quality is low.
No, Kwame, I don't think it's the quality. I'm not a fan of football. I don't follow football that much, but I don't think it's about the quality. Kevin Prince Boateng said something. He says the team spirit is not there. Yeah. And I think it's something which is lacking.
Sometimes quality also comes with a certain level of mentality.
Yeah.
When you're good at something, you go in confidently.
Yeah.
When you're uncertain about something, then there's a lot of uncertainty, a little optimism, and all of that.
You know where my optimism actually feigned, so to speak. It was from the beginning when I saw the lineup. I'm like, see, this is
because of the changes that have been made.
This is a very crucial match. And it looks as if we're just going to try something to see when, I mean, hopefully, it works out and then we're able to make our way through. And then once we get to the next seed, then we bring in the best. Where was Ajiti?
Well, we decided these
were the people who manned our defense and defend thoroughly against England. And then Colombia takes us like that and then scores us. And it was as a result of, what happened to him, Senaya?
He pulled up after 10 minutes. Yeah,
I mean, the guy is solid.
Yeah, very.
Senaya is solid.
Because the one who replaced him there.
Alidu Seidu, no, I'm Moshi. He didn't do anything. Kwame, and it was moments after they substituted him or they changed him.
Yeah,
that's when the goal came in. Because that guy, Senaya wasn't giving him the opportunity to come.
No, not at all.
He wasn't.
No,
he couldn't have entered the 18 box.
Not at all.
But immediately Alidu came in.
And we considered the goal from that side.
Yeah.
Because if he had tracked back just a little bit with a certain level of height, maybe he would have been able to get that ball away. But
no,
it's all ifs and buts.
I would ensure that you don't even get into the 18 box.
It's all ifs and buts.
And he was so unmarked. Of course, if we don't know how to play football, we know how to watch. Kufuor said it. Was it Kufuor? Yeah? No, it was
Dr. Kiki Sapong.
Yeah, Kiki Sapong. Yeah. If we don't know how to play, we know how to watch. So criticize. But anyway, Kwame, the last newspaper this morning, Republic Press, it says AG Dami face off over controversial airport arrest of Hanan. You know, the former boss of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company. Yeah, was it yesterday or 3 days today? I read a brief.
It's Saturday going into Sunday,
yes,
I guess.
Yes, from the deputy AG, Sremsai, who says that he had tried to. I'm talking about Hanan, the former National Food and Buffer Stock Company. He had tried to empty a certain account that had been frozen, or government, if you like, government has placed a freeze on.
And he used a very strong word. I'm trying to recall the word.
He stole. He says he's somebody who is standing trial for stealing. It wasn't like he's so sure of the words.
Yeah,
of what
he's a lawyer. He knows what he's saying.
So, and I'm like, so they had to arrest him and all of that. So that story, maybe we'll get into it later on. Sanitation sector under fire. President warned of blackmail, sabotage over YEA contract termination. Momo vendor kills robbery suspect. I love this story.
I saw that story.
You went to attack a Momo vendor offensively
Saturday or so, yeah.
The guy shot him back.
Charlie,
that's what we should be doing. This guy needs to be celebrated. Kwame, those are the big stories. Maybe let me bring you this one before you come in with the various portals. And Summer Boy flats don't return home until fumigation ends. Nadmu tells residents, hey, is it a whole Summer Boy? Anyway, the flood took everything, and that's according to Dennis Miracles Abuaji, who has recounted devastating ordeal. DVLA warns public against fake fine payment text messages. Kwame, those are the stories in the dailies this morning as we have them.
Okay, so let me do a few more from the dailies and that of the online portals. Daily Graphic is reporting that government activates post-flood recovery. There's a full story on page 13 of this paper. Armed Forces lead operational response. And also on the front page, government settles $700 million Eurobond debts. There's a photo here of Kasia Latoba forcing. You also have a story on the 42nd National Farmers Day launched on page 13. We're told that this year is going to be held in Sunyani or so. And then margins have also found their way to the front page of the Daily Graphic. Margins delivers first ID system for the Gambia. The full story is on page 16. So the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper, High Court approves Abu Trika's extradition. The full story is on page 6. And Momo Venda kills robber at Lashibi. The full story is on page 3. And there's a photo here of money that I think he managed to recover from the robber. And ex-NAFCO boss arrested at airport. Lawyers bare teeth. There's a photo here of Hanan Abdul Wahab. And government reviews student punishment regime. The full story is on page 6. There's a photo here of Education Minister Haruna Idrisu. We've cleared cocoa farmers' arrears according to Cocoa Board. Dr. Randiabe says so. To the front page of the News Center newspaper, Ibrahim Mahama signals support for Ghanaian AI prodigy. The full story is on page 10. Finance Ministry fiscal controls delayed Garrett project according to World Bank. The full story is on page 4. Margins delivers first GAM ID. President Barrow is inaugural recipients. Our system is live. And Sahel extremists probing towards Ghana according to the Chief of Defense Staff. On the front page of the New Publisher newspaper, there's a photo here of Abdul Hanan Wahab, former CEO of NAFCO, that of the former Attorney General Godfrey Adame, and that of the current Attorney General Dr. Dominic Anyine, over issues concerning Abdul Hanan's arrest. To the front page of the Daily Statesman newspaper, AG Deputy face contents over airport arrest. Abu Jinapo is also here. Time to legislate evacuation policy on the back of what's happening in South Africa. Accra floods must be a wake-up call. Ochenhini urges change of attitude towards the environment. And Anadompre rallies NPP in massive in Sawam walk. Well, quite a number of the other newspapers reporting same. So let me do the Chronicle newspaper. On the front page, you have 100% tiling of compounds is a cause of the floods. And I've seen a lot of people write this in recent days, and I saw a very lengthy one by the CEO of Star Oil. I think his name is Tieku. Yeah, he wrote a brilliant piece on people, tiling practically every corner of their houses, and how that is just allowing water to just literally descend from their houses into, sometimes the gutters not even flowing and all of that. And he tried to compare it to the situation of the past, where a lot of us had compounds where we could sweep every morning, plant a tree or two, and also helped with water percolation. But these days everybody is tiling everywhere, especially all of these townhouses that are springing up all over the place. And I thought it was a good read. I enjoyed reading that. Okay, let me wrap up with a few more. The Graphic Business has on the front page, insurance brace for 500 million Ghana cedi shock. Yeah, of course, if you've insured a thing or two, you may get some money back. Today is Monday, so the Graphic Sports is out. Why change winning goalkeeper? Clotted fumes over Asari's omission in Ghana's defeat. And there's a photo here. Everyone has an opinion yeah, on these things. Yeah.
When I saw the lineup, I was not happy. I was like, why are we bringing Atizigi? Still, he's our number one, but the number two is doing well. Why are you changing him? But I think he did well. Let's give it to him.
Yeah.
It's not always that we criticize. We should give it to him. He did well. That goal, it would have been difficult for Asari to, because the guy was so close to the pole. He was.
Well, we'll get into that, I'm sure, in the course of the program. Let me wrap with the Business and Financial Times. On the front page, margins delivers first GAM ID, and Bernard Yao Ashadi bows out after 15 years at Business and Financial Times. Yeah, great guy. I met him once or twice.
We were mates, actually.
Yeah,
he was here just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, great guy.
Well, he told me. He told me he was leaving.
Okay,
told me
private,
so.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah. The other stories here on a number of front pages. So make your way to the newsstand or a vendor near you. Grab a copy of these newspapers and read extensively. Let me run you through some stories on the Class FM online portal, which is reporting that some stories on the flats. The death toll, we are told, has now risen to 34, with 90,000 displaced, according to NATMO. That's very worrying indeed. UTAG suspends intended strike following progress in government talk. They always go on suspension. I don't know why. Former NAFCO CEO arrested at Accra Airport over alleged attempt to access a frozen bank account. And Ghana congratulates the United States. They celebrated 250 years on Saturday, July 4th. And that was a big day for me and my family as well, because my big brother also celebrated his birthday on that day. Yeah, my big brother turned 53 on that day. Yeah. FIFA overturns Balogun suspension ahead of USA's World Cup clash. Well, that game is at midnight. For those of you who have the energy to stay up and watch the games, it's not easy like that, especially when you have to wake up and go to work. And that's warning from the Interior Minister is also here. Warning of a possible flooding in Accra this morning. They said 4 to 7. It's past 7. We've not seen the rains.
No, it started drizzling when I was.
It started drizzling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So those of you who think the rains did not come, it doesn't mean it will not come. Just still be on the lookout. You just never know. There are other stories in the world of news. There are stories in the world of business. Government moving to support maize and bean farmers in Atebua Manting, according to Deputy Agric Minister John Dumelo. There are stories in the world of showbiz, and of course, a lot of stories in the world of sports. Yesterday, I saw a video of the Cabo Verdean team coming back home, and it was a beautiful sight. It was a beautiful sight. They really gave a good account of themselves.
I was telling a friend that we know the Black Stars wouldn't go far, but at least, I mean, they wouldn't eventually bring the World Cup home. Kwame, sorry. They wouldn't bring the World Cup home. No, listen to me. Kwame, listen to me. No, listen. I'm saying that we knew the Black Stars wasn't going to bring the World Cup home, but we wanted them to go far at least, so that we can still meet them at the airport with the Jama and all of that. We missed those sights in the days where Asamajan and
if you do well,
we'll do that.
Yeah, they will show up at the airport, but
Kwame, we give them the support too. The support. But it's not as though, you see me, the problem I have with the Black Stars, pardon my non-understanding of football and all of that, but I think that the problem I have with the Black Stars is the fact that we seem to be defensive all the time. In all our approaches, we've been defensive. Occasionally, we try to be offensive small, then we come back. Look at Semenyo. He had no one playing with him. Semenyo was an island. Semenyo was naked, so to speak. He didn't have anyone supporting him. I saw Partey try to do a few things here and there in the midfield, and I loved it. But the rest, what were they doing? Especially those on you call them the wings, the flanks, yeah? What were they doing? Nothing, Kwame. And the people were just playing us like that, as though it was once upon a time. I used to support Barcelona. And those days, Barca could play you like the way. How do you call it? You call it halfback.
They'll be passing the ball around.
The guys were just. It was as though they were using us for training, Kwame, and I wasn't happy. Jerome Opoku did some good stuff here and there.
Yeah, for me, he was my best player for Ghana. At the tournaments, but all the others, well below par.
I miss Kudus. You guys talked a lot about Kudus, and he dribbles too much and could. But we missed someone like him, his caliber. We
needed a player who could hold on to the ball, tread a few passes here and there, shoot from distance, create something. And I think, unfortunately, we didn't have. We had to fall on the likes of Elisha Usu and Kwesi Sibo, or Santu.
Sibo, whatever. He shouldn't be part of the team. He shouldn't be part of the team at all. They've been the bane of the Black Stars as far as this tournament is concerned.
Well, this is what we have. Unfortunately, at this point, this is what we have. So let me wrap up with the High Street Journal, and then we'll get into these stories because there are quite a number on a Monday morning. On the High Street Journal, they always have a very brilliant piece to start.
The High Street Journal.
Yes. So solid guys.
Yeah.
As opportunistic pricing driving inflation, local price hikes outpace imports by massive margin. You can go and read that. You also have in the Nkonya district, Oil-funded 40-seater market turns into a church due to defects and poor location. Oh, Charlie.
Where's that? In Kunya?
In Kunya, yeah.
Oh, my mom's
Kunya.
area.
Yeah.
I've been close to my mom's area, actually.
Coach Sapon's area.
That's where he comes from?
Yeah, his mom is from there.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
His father is from my hometown. But his mom
okay.
is from Nkunya.
I see.
Yeah. This one says, after the final whistle in Kansas, will Ghana build its sports economy or just wait for the next anthem? Hey, Charlie. Hey, that's an interesting one. Winning in Ghana's food economy is here. Taxi fares not rising as ride-hailing competition tightens grip on the market. Yeah, the up-hailing people there, they are just killing us. Lithium boom driven by AI and EVs leaves Ghana out. That is also here. The story on Abdul Hanan Wahab is also here as well. And government calls for flexible work arrangements as heavy rains disrupt commuters. That's also here. So you can make your way to the High Street Journal. It's a highstreetjournal.com. It's one word. And go and read extensively. Charles, let's get into as many.
I mean, a lot of stories this morning on the floods. But I'm sure a lot of people are perhaps aware of this story. But just so we could reiterate the point that the army has taken over flood cleanup, and I hope it's not just cleanup. It's not just cleaning.
I hope
the
they
debris.
take over the cleaning. They take over Galamsey. They take over what else? They take over so many things and bring some sanity into the system.
They take over the.
Which one?
I'll not see.
Kwame,
Kwame. So on page 3 of the Today newspaper this morning, Army takes over flood cleanup, illegal buildings targeted. Story by Vida Wiafi, and it says that the Ghana Armed Forces will lead a nationwide post-flood recovery and cleanup exercise following the June 29 flooding exercise, flooding. With authorities indicating that structures illegally sited will be demolished. Briefing the public on Friday, July 3, 2026, Brigadier General Foster Oka-Yeboah, Director General of Joint Operations of the Ghana Armed Forces, Oka-Yeboah said the military, so there's a bit of ambiguity there, I mean, the way they wrote it, said the military had been tasked with the operational coordination of the recovery exercise under a broader government mitigation program. He explained that the exercise will involve the deployment of military personnel, engineers, and heavy equipment to clear drains, rivers, streams, and other waterways obstructed by debris, silt, fallen trees, and collapsed structures. The operation, he said, will also focus on restoring access to roads and critical infrastructure affected by the flooding, as well as supporting sanitation and public health interventions aimed at preventing secondary outbreaks of diseases such as cholera and typhoid. Kwame, the story goes on. You want to get the daily, that's the Today newspaper this morning. Page 3 of the newspaper, you get the details of that story. In a related development though, Kwame, the Food and Drugs Authority is warning that we should avoid flood-damaged food. And the story by Ruben Saki says the Food and Drugs Authority has issued an urgent public health alert warning Ghanaians against consuming, selling, or distributing food items recovered from recent floodwaters in Accra. The warning follows the June 29 floods, after which individuals were spotted retrieving damaged stock from submerged markets and storage areas. Some scavengers were the word is actually it didn't come out well, but insofar as posting on social media declaring intentions to distribute these hazardous goods to the public and schools, the FDA stressed that it could not guarantee the safety of any salvage foods. According to FDA, floodwaters are heavily contaminated with untreated sewage and human waste, industrial and household chemicals, lethal pathogens, and that trigger outbreaks of cholera, typhoid fever, and dysentery. So to prevent a widespread health crisis, the authority has ordered residents and vendors to immediately adopt strict hygiene protocols. Kwame, we are leaving our lives into our hands, we understand. But what is the Ghana Health Service doing? Beyond the rhetoric, beyond just issuing warnings and directives as regards how we should carry ourselves.
What can they do?
Kwame, there should be something they should be able to do.
Like?
Because you see, if you get to the market now, you and I seated here right now, if we leave here and we get to the market, your kids will go to school tomorrow, isn't it? And I'm sure you buy the biscuits and all of that in boxes for them. You don't know what you are buying. What if someone goes to salvage these items from the flood waters and the person repackages it? Mind you, we've seen videos of some persons say that, well, I took loan and invested into this business, but now I've lost everything. And these persons, if they have the access or if they have the opportunity to salvage some of these goods, they will salvage them and still sell them in the shops. So my point is that, yes, we understand that at this point in time, we need to activate all health protocols, so to speak. But can the government or can the Ghana Health Service go in to say that we are instituting measures to find how we can recall some of, so to speak, some of these products already on the market? Maybe, because see, a lot of people when we saw the videos said that, well, maybe we could chat tea, we could yes say, and some also said that, well, I would sell it and all of that. We saw those videos. Maybe visit these areas that were hard hit by the flood and try institute a measure of getting to speak to people. One thing will lead to the other, and then you get to speak to people who have been able to salvage some of these products. I'm sure some of them have already found or sold some of these products on the market, and some of them have also used them up in the market. But it goes beyond that. It shouldn't just issuing directives for people to be health alert. It is about putting in place measures, hardcore measures, to ensure that you're able to recall some of these products. We can even announce to the general public that if you have salvaged some of these products, you bring it back for a fee, something. And then the ordinary Ghanaian people, I bet you, people want money. They want money to buy food and what have you, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are unable to provide 3 square meals for even themselves, let alone family members. So if you announce a certain policy in that regard, Kwame, I'm sure a lot of people will come out and say that, well, I salvaged this product, but I think that I want to return it for the token or for the fee that you've decided that you will designate for people who are able to do this, for the safety of the public. Because Kwame, like you and I are seated here right now. If you get to the shop right now and maybe you buy a biscuit, you check the expiry date, it's still within time. You don't know whether it's from the flood waters or what have you. And you don't know, you look at the videos that circulated on social media and on screens, and you realize that there were a lot of flood waters that were contaminated. A lot of stuff happened in the country, and yet people were able to pick this stuff from the flood waters. Look at how some people even swam in the waters. To think that you don't just swim. Of course, sometimes some of the water you drink it. Health concerns, Kwame, I think we should go beyond it. Yes, of course, health officials would want that. Eat boiled food, do this, do that. So your life essentially is in your hands. We understand. But I'm saying that the Ghana Health Service, the Food and Drugs Authority, there should be something they can do to recall some of these products from, because I'm sure that a lot of them have already gotten onto the market already. And so if we don't do this,
I just hope it's not a lot.
If you don't do this, then so my wife was telling me that maybe if I'm coming to work now, I should be bringing food. But me too, Maswording.
They have been saying it in Don Diego de Azambu just
yeah, you know, because
actually because
that eatery,
I'm not a very big fan of eating outside though. I'm not a very but
when you come into work, you eat home before you come.
Oh, I mean, early morning, no chance.
So how do you survive?
The closest I do when I'm coming to work, I mean, at 4 o'clock, 4:30, food is the last thing on my mind. Yeah. So most of the time, I start my day with warm water and a bit of lemon. That would cleanse me and keep me going till whatever time. And then maybe after the show, after 10, maybe if I feel hungry,
get some fruits. I know.
Yeah,
the
pretty much. Yeah,
the pawpaw, the bananas. Yeah. I know.
Because to be honest, one of the reasons behind all of that is that I don't like to eat outside much. These days, you have no idea where the food is coming from, the cooking environment. Of course, I mean, I'm also particular about some things beyond just the food, ingredients and all of that. There are things I don't want in my food, and obviously I can't get that outside. So I would rather keep my tummy with just something light, and then maybe when I get home, I can do the food the way I want. Just eat something. So I try. Of course, you can't do that all the time. So once in a while, you may eat outside, but I try not to be eating outside very often. No.
You have done
it's not easy, but
you've done this over the period, so you become used to. And thankfully to you, I've also decided that I'll not take all of those carbonated drinks and stuff. Once you said it, until now it's been 2 months.
I converted someone.
2 months. I don't remember taking any of those carbonated stuff, Kwame. It's we're talking about health now, so Kwame, it's important that the public actually take note of it. Yeah, I mean, your life is in your hands. You don't know what you're consuming.
Any other stories in the
Kwame, let's do one more from the Point, the Ghanaian Point newspaper. We're talking about Carlos Queiroz now. And of course, at this point in time, the news is that he's bowed out, so to speak, or he's decided to leave the position of the coach of the Black Stars that just was crashed in the World Cup. Let me take you to page 4 of the Point newspaper this morning and bring you details of the story and what Carlos Queiroz has also been saying. He says that many doubted us, but Black Stars made Ghana proud. Anyway, that's the GFA president, Ket Okreku. I don't know what you think, Kwame. You can ask our listeners to also share their opinion on whether or not the Black Stars made us proud. So the president of the Ghana Football Association, Ket Edwin Simeon Okreku, has commended the Black Stars for their resilience and determination at the 2026 FIFA World Cup, describing the team's performance as a source of pride despite their round of 32 exit. In a message addressed to Ghanaians and supporters of the national team, Mr. Okreku acknowledged the disappointment following Ghana's 1-0 defeat to Colombia in the knockout stage, but said the Black Stars had exceeded expectations by really. Anyway, so the Black Stars
Why
had
you disagree?
Well, I don't know what the expectations of the GFE were. I mean, to say that they exceeded expectations at this point, well, so he says that the Black Stars had exceeded expectations by advancing from a difficult group after many had questioned their chances before the tournament. According to him, the team demonstrated remarkable character throughout the competition and proved their critics wrong by progressing to the round of 32. So, quote, before the start of the 2026 World Cup, many doubted the team's ability to compete at this global stage. Yet the Black Stars responded by qualifying from a difficult group into the round of 32. And that's according to the president of the Ghana Football Association. Kwame, let me bring you one big story and hear your thoughts on it. So here is the former education minister. He was deputy and then became the substantive following the transition of the then Minister for Education, Matthew Poku Prempeh, to the energy sector and became the energy minister. So we're talking about the Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, of course, former education minister. And he says some university courses are useless, unquote. So Edichum criticizes jobless degree programs. So the story says that former Minister for Education Dr. Yao Osei Edichum has criticized some university programs in Ghana, describing them as irrelevant to the country's labor market and calling for urgent reforms to align tertiary education with national development needs. Speaking on the Connected Minds podcast, Dr. Edichum argued that certain academic programs do not equip graduates with employable skills, leaving many young people with degrees but few career opportunities. According to him, universities should be guided by national labor market assessments when designing academic programs instead of introducing courses that do not respond to the country's workforce requirements. So this is a quote. It says that you have done labor needs assessments of your country. You know that the country needs more engineers, more medical doctors, and more nurses. If you don't have a labor need assessment that you are following, then what it means is that you are just educating everyone, he said. The former education minister specifically questioned programs such as development studies at the University for Development Studies and BA in education, which is non-teaching at the University of Ghana, arguing that they offer limited employment prospects for graduates. I
don't see whether I don't know whether you've seen the I don't know whether to call it a disclaimer from him. I saw one late last night where he said that headline from I think it was Graphic Online that had started sharing that story first. That headline was misleading and it wasn't a fair or an accurate representation of what he had to say. So I quickly, someone had already shared the link with me on that podcast, so I quickly went to watch. And to be fair to him, yes, he may have made some strong comments regarding some courses, but I don't recall at any point where I saw in that video where he said that the courses were useless.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the usage of the word sometimes. I mean, but for the fact that these newspapers and portals would want
sensational
to
headlines.
Yellow journalism is still there.
But the thing is it not true?
Yeah, Kwame, that's a fact.
I mean, is it not true?
That's a fact.
I mean, we've all schooled in this country.
Yeah,
we didn't school in Abuchi. So
that's
some courses. This is the thing. It's not like it's not important. But when you're out of school, the thing is, you want to leave school and be able to do something with what you have studied.
Yeah.
But if you're out of school and the course is not offering you opportunities, there was a course during my days at Legon. I don't honestly know if it is still there. I won't mention the name of the course, but everybody used to joke around that course. That if you study that course, in fact, there were two of them. If you study those two courses, what were you going to come out with? Like, who was going to hire you? Who was going to employ you?
But you see,
who was going to give you a
job? The fact that you are studying a certain course at the university doesn't mean that you're only restricted to your country. I mean, you could still be employed somewhere. Go and get the experience from there. I mean, pair what you have learned on the job there, and still come here and practicalize it. So that is where some of his critics are also coming from. It shouldn't necessarily be only about Ghana. Yes, of course, the prime focus should be about Ghana. We understand. But for a friend of mine who is in South Africa, who doesn't want to come back to his country, who is still there, who studied aquarium science, and so now he's still struggling there. He's thinking about how he's going to come back into he said it there, so let's leave him there. He's thinking about how he's going to come back to this country to work here. It's not
the opportunities in that area is not here.
They are very minimal.
So maybe that's the thing the former minister was talking about.
No, but
you study something, and what are the opportunities thereof with that particular course that you're studying?
Let's look at the courses he mentioned.
He cited an example with developmental studies.
And you are saying, and it's this same minister saying that the courses that we roll out at the universities should be in line with our development agenda as a country, unless I don't get what he's saying. Development studies or developmental studies. What is it about? Basically, development. How to develop as a people.
Okay.
How to develop as a country.
Again, I went to read something around, that thing on the back of those comments. It appears to me that it's a bit of everything. There's some geography there, some history there.
I mean, development is all encompassing.
Yeah, it's all encompassing. So a bit of everything. Yeah. So I remember I read one material by one of these professors. The name is not coming. That we find ourselves in a very competitive environment today. Very, very competitive environment today. So if you are a jack of all trades and a master of none, even those who are masters of their space are struggling to get opportunities. So if you are coming in with a bit of everything, chances are that you're going to be a last resort when it comes to hiring. So if you go, I mean, he was writing to back what Dr. Duchum said, that if you're going to try to do a bit of everything and you are not a master of a space, the opportunities of landing a job are a bit of a challenge. And he tied this in with unemployment opportunities with a lot of graduates in the school. Check out the number of graduates who are leaving our universities every year, especially now that even the technical universities are offering social science related courses. I don't know their number, 50,000, 70,000, 80,000, whatever thousand. If you are leaving school with all of these sets, people are still getting jobs, but with what certificates? And why are you not getting a job? Maybe you have all the skills, but the opportunities are not there. That's why today, look, 100,000 people are buying forms and want to go into the police. Meanwhile, they have no interest there. 200,000 people are buying forms to go into to be a soldier. Yes, they do not have any interest there. He went on and on and on and on. And I was like,
because they've not been employed. They've been home all the years and with nothing to do. And so it's become the ultimate thing to do, that let me get any of the security services to join. Meanwhile, you know that before you even join the security service, you should know that you are dedicating yourself to the country. Are you ready? A lot of people actually enter the services and they are
these days it's for the job. It's not because they have an interest
and
there.
That is why government would also come back to say that we've created this number of jobs. It's sad. It's sad that we are looking at the number of persons we've put into the various security services as job creation. Kwame, it's sad. Anyway, so that's what the former education minister is saying. So he talked about development studies and then BA in education, non-teaching at the University of Ghana. I'm interested in what his argument with regards to this is concerned.
I read that, and what he said was, okay, so you are studying BA in education. What is education? You are going to offer some education to someone, and you are not supposed to teach with it. So emphasis on non-teaching. So what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with him. His critics, well, people.
I mean, Charles. If you schooled in university in this country, you can run through the programs of. Pick a university, any one of them, and run through the programs. There are some courses.
A lot of them, Kwame. Let's call a spade a spade. What this man said. So I understand. Once he says he didn't use the word useless, and jobless, and all of those strong words, and what have you, I would agree, but I still believe that yes, what the minister said holds water. We should look at it. We shouldn't be blinded by whatever leanings or differences, and criticize wholly what or poo-pooed wholly what the minister has said this morning. I think that it holds water. We should really look at the kind of courses we are running at the universities these days, because of the truth, a lot of them do not offer employable opportunities to the youth out there. Kwame, let me see what we have here. Let me take you to the Informa newspaper this morning. Now, the minority is talking. You know what they are talking about?
Tell me.
The minority says that government should dissolve flood task force now.
The one headed by Stan
Dugbe.
Okay.
So you find a beautiful picture of Afenyo here and Stan Dugbe. I recall it was a petition that was submitted to the presidency.
Yeah.
One of those demos by
somewhere last year.
Yeah. And Afenyo typically of him, when he was reading the petition, had some strong words to use, and when Stan Dugbe was also receiving the petition, he used certain strong words, Charlie. Anyway, Kwame, so that's it's a news desk report actually, but it's where Afenyo is also making the very call for the dissolving or the dissolvement, if you like, of the flood task force team. And it says the minority in parliament has called on the government to immediately dissolve the presidential task force on flood preparedness, arguing that its failure to prevent the devastating June 29 floods demonstrates that it has not delivered on its mandate. Addressing a press conference in Parliament, Minority Leader Alexander Afenyo said the 7-member task force chaired by Stanislav Hoese Dugbe had been in existence for more than a year without producing meaningful results. The task force was inaugurated by President John Dramani Mahama in 2025 to assess flood-prone areas, coordinate interventions, and recommend long-term solutions to Accra's perennial flooding. Kwame, that story is found on page 4 of the Informa newspaper this morning. Maybe let me bring you this before maybe we can jump into any of the stories that you have there. So we know citizen vigilante Martin Amidu, the story says that Amidu's anti-corruption credibility in tatters as he advises Ofuriatta not to cooperate with lawful investigation. Taking you to page 3 of the newspaper, and the story, which is also a news desk report, says that former Attorney General and Minister for Justice Martin Alamisi Ban's Kaiser Amidu has finally succeeded in shredding his credibility. Hey, the informer. He has finally. It looks as if he wanted to do that. Finally, he has succeeded. It was just like when Kwame Dwomoh passed on. Somebody said, "Oh, finally, Kwame Dwomoh is dead." And we're like, "Wait, were you hoping that he was going to die?" Anyway, but we understand. So he says he has finally succeeded in shredding his credibility and rendered completely ridiculous his anti-corruption crusade with his latest advice to former Finance Minister Ken Ofuriatta. Not to submit himself to lawful authority regarding ongoing investigations into his stewardship. So the quote runaway former special prosecutor who gained the accolade citizen vigilante for his anti-corruption stance dramatically and throwing all principles to the dogs, has been a strong defender of the former finance minister, insisting that he, Ken Ofuriatta, not to return to answer to the corruption allegations leveled against him by the office of the special prosecutor. Kwame, that story, which is the big story actually, on the front page.
I thought you were going to touch on the story concerning the ex-NAFCO boss.
Yeah,
I see that story on the front page of a lot of the papers, and that's of the Cocoa Board story as well. I saw a lot of people criticizing Dr. Randy Abbey last week for choosing to spend time with the Black Stars rather than focus on the cocoa issues.
Randy Abbey has...
Well, he may have taken a leave to go and see it. I don't know, so I wouldn't want to get into that.
No, the most important thing is whether or not he's working.
Yeah, if he's doing his job, and if the organization allows him to go on a leave, you can make arguments about timing and all of that, but well, who are we? Maybe. And then the bit with the story on the government reviewing student punishment regime. What is a regime now,
really?
and what is there to review? I would love to see that.
I'm interested in that story.
Whether there are a lot of big stories on the front page of the Daily Guide this morning, and then the story concerning Abu Trika as well, that the High Court has approved his extradition.
But I hear
going back and forth.
I hear his lawyers have filed for a stay of an execution. isn't it?
They would always file a stay. That's the only option left available.
So
now.
what are we doing? So we are trading him for Ken of Riata or what? Because that's the argument a lot of people have made over the period. That
I don't know how that works. Maybe we need to engage a lawyer.
Yes, the AG, yes, certainly. As the AG was going to the US, then he should make the argument that, well, you want Abu Trika, we also want Ken of Riata. So give us Ken of Riata, take Abu Trika. Is that the case?
I guess it would be the value of the trade. I mean, maybe what you put on the table would also lead to a response from the other side. Between Abu Trika and Ken of Riata, I'm not too sure it's of the same value, respectfully. I mean, if we want to go on that tangent.
Yeah, definitely.
One is more weightier.
Definitely.
I mean, it's like you're using 10 CDs and you're asking for 50 billion.
Yeah.
I don't
and you look at
that.
how big Ken of Riata is, especially and to the fight against corruption and the office of the special prosecutor and this government in person, and the fight in terms of what oral can do, because after years in government, really, even though there are a number of prosecutions in courts, nothing really has been done, isn't it? So government would definitely want to go all out to ensure that they're able to bring Ken of Riata back into the country. So I'm just asking the questions whether or not we are trading Abu Trika to bring back Ken of Riata. Kwame, it's sad. It's sad. I listened to an interview he had on one of the stations here in Accra, and I was like, who is advising this guy?
The young man.
Who is advising this guy? He sounded as though he was
his
free.
Money. Let me just ask.
Kwame, I don't know. I don't know. Allegedly, well, they said that he's been involved in some. Kwame.
Because these guys, and it's not just him. There's another story concerning another Alhaji Adis Lugon. I think about 2-3 weeks ago. That story also came up, and I'm told he's also being yanked. And there's this very, because of social media, people have a way of that. You meet these guys today, Charlie. I started with 50 CDs.
Yeah. The motivation.
And I have worked very hard. Meanwhile, he's only like
you can be like me,
or
keep working hard,
or 29, and then he's telling you he's worked
very hard.
Right,
Kwame?
And he started with 20 CDs.
I know. And these are the people. These are the people who mount podiums and deliver motivational.
I'm telling you, and they make you look like Charlie. You are not. Of course, not all of them. Not all of them. Some of them have worked very hard to.
So we have so just for our listeners to know that we have an interview, or we had an interview with Kofi Dwomoh-Agyemang.
Yeah,
and
it's coming up this morning.
Yes, it's coming up this morning. Yes, Kofi Dwomoh-Agyemang says that, look, if you made your money on your own, you didn't steal. Master, you are free. I look at him and I look at him and I'm so happy. I say, well, I'm healthy, I'm free, and I'm happy. Regardless of all of those things that happened, he's still healthy, he's still happy and living his life. But if you go about
these people
to
have made their money, and some of them can't even spend it. They have to hide. They can't even spend in Ghana because we know you. So, for example, let's say I know you so well. I know you like the back of my hand, and then all of a sudden you're living a certain kind of life. I mean, it would raise some suspicion.
And I keep saying all the time that my own friend, who was my deputy in my previous workplace, who is now a member of parliament, driving a G-Wagon.
I'm telling you.
Kwame, we're hustling together.
Yeah.
We're hustling together.
And I'm sure when you meet him, Charlie, they work hard.
Yeah.
You the bed.
And he tells me,
they work hard. They work hard.
He tells me that. No, just say, you for the work hard.
You work hard.
If you work hard, you make it.
You go make hard. You go make hard, Charlie. You go make
hard now.
Sometimes I mean, you make all of this money. I look at the case involving Hanan. I mean, the office is just down the road.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I used to see him. I mean, with some of the things that were told was mentioned. I mean, there were people who knew him before he had the NAFCO job, and then all of a sudden you have all of these properties that were lined up. You want to tell me that these were from your hard work? Charlie, we don't be kiddies like that, too.
You see. What's his name? Kofi Dwomoh-Agyemang said something, even though it is just
it's like a teaser.
It's a teaser. Yeah. He said that, look, you have persons who have worked hard for a certain political party to come into power. And of course, they borrowed money to do the campaigns and what have you. They took loans and what have you. So definitely once they come into power and they are given that position, Kwame, they would want first of all to get the money they invested into the campaign before any other thing.
Yeah, so they are not thinking about you.
And
so that's why when I get surprised when people are so worried about the politician not doing this. Yeah, we all get worried because we pay our taxes to them. But please keep your expectations low. Why? They think of themselves before they will think of you. You think the challenges and the problems we discuss on this platform, they do not know. They are thinking of themselves first.
Kwame,
Sadly.
Kwame,
Let's wrap up.
National Peace Council is appealing for help. Why?
For the
after flood damaged their head office. So please, you should make the announcement.
Yeah, their office where it is there will be damaged. That area is a flood prone area. It's around the Jolly area there. I'm sorry for them. I'm sorry for them.
Just to bring you up to speed with what has been captured in the Daily Graphic. Of course, the flood story is there. Government activates post-flood recovery. Armed Forces lead operational response. Details on page 13. 42nd National Farmers Day launched. Government settles $700 million Eurobond debt. And it comes with a picture of Finance Minister Dr. Kassiola Toforsen. And those are the big stories. And in the Daily Graphic this morning. And Jordan backs Kerosh to finish job. Unfortunately,
his contract ends in August.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he signed a 4-month contract. So it would end in August.
I see.
As to whether we'll choose to retain him, I'm sure time will tell.
No, but he's gone.
He was thanking us.
Just thanking us.
A lot of people have read meanings into he's not resigning. His contract ends in August. The thing is that there's no game for the Black Stars from now to like the next couple of months. So by the end of August, his contract would have ended. He's not resigning.
So when
and I saw a lot of people reporting that he was resigning. I'm like, resigning where? The contract will end in August.
He's resigned.
I found that story very strange.
He bid farewell to Ghana and as it was.
I didn't see any semblance of resignation in that thank you letter.
I also read it
on his Facebook.
I read it, honestly.
And then I saw people sharing the fact that he'd been resigned. He's resigned. Resigned where? His contract ends.
So he's still Black Stars coach. He's still the coach. He's still the coach of the Black Stars.
Technically, yes.
I see.
His contract will end in about a month's time. And we are not playing a game in the next couple of months. So I'm not too sure where the resignation bit is coming from. Anyway, well, still to come, we'll be coming your way with a letter to the president very, very shortly. And then, of course, today being a Monday, Dr. Vanessa Appiah is standing by to give us some health tips as well. And then, of course, I'll get to celebrate you or that very special person. It's birthday time. I've seen MFA, you sent me a message this morning. You want to celebrate a very wonderful person. I'll do that for you. But if you're also celebrating that very wonderful brother or that very wonderful sister, please let us know on our WhatsApp platform 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. Alternatively, we can do that on our socials, Class 913 on Facebook. We're live there. Let us know on WhatsApp number 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. Alternatively, you can reach us on our socials, Class 913 on Facebook. We're streaming live there. Let me take the opportunity to celebrate some friends who were born on this day. To my brother Kwame Dwomoh-Agyemang, these days you're domiciled in the United States. Happy birthday to you as you celebrate another one. My brother Kwafu Kumi, my mate from high school, you're celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you. To you, Julius Boating, you're also celebrating another 365. Happy birthday to you. And to you, Mr. Kofi Kofiga, you're also celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday to you on this day. MFA has sent me a message and I would want to celebrate her. She says, happy birthday, Mom. Today, I thank God for the incredible gift of your life. You have been my strength in times of weakness, my comfort in moments of pain, and my greatest source of love and encouragement. I am truly blessed to call you my mother. My prayer is that God will continue to surround you with his unfailing love, perfect peace, and divine protection. May he bless you with long life, good health, abundant joy, and strength for every new day. May every tear you have shed because of your children be replaced with laughter, and may every sacrifice you have made be rewarded beyond your imagination. Okay, so MFI is one of our cherished listeners, and she sent me thus. So happy birthday to Mom. You don't tell us Mom's name, so that would have added a name to the message, but I'm sure Mommy is doing the listening. So happy birthday to her. And this one says happy birthday to Emmanuel Adi from Miss Brew. Okay, so Emmanuel Adi. Okay, she just says Miss Brew. So happy birthday to you, Emmanuel Adi. This one is coming from Miss Brew. And for those of you who are celebrating your birthdays on the quiet, we will still want to celebrate you anyways. Yeah.
Let me just so it's a belated wish to a friend of mine, Mabel Tay,
Okay.
with the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority cantonment here. And yesterday was her birthday. Unfortunately, I couldn't call her to wish her a happy birthday, and so she sent to me a message, expressing her anger, so to
Oh.
speak. Yeah. So Mabel, let me just use this platform to wish you a happy birthday. Oh, that's a happy belated, isn't it, Kwame? Birthday wish to you, and of course, the blessings of God should be your portion. And I hope yesterday went well. So if there's any party that you did not inform me of, no, we can have a belated party. Invite me to the belated party, and I'll definitely come. But Mabel Tay, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority headquarters, happy belated birthday wish to you this morning.
Okay, happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating your birthday, your friends, cousins, uncles, whoever. Even if you want to keep it quiet, we'll still take the opportunity to celebrate you. At this point, though, we have a lovely letter for our presidents.
Last month,
Well, we'll be coming your way with that very, very shortly. Remember our WhatsApp number is same 0500,000 202 0500,000 202. Let's get our message to the president true now.
Your Excellency, today I write to draw your attention to an issue that affects every Ghanaian, regardless of where we live, what we do, or how much we earn. It is an issue of public safety, national security, and the protection of lives and property. It concerns the state of the Ghana National Fire Service and its urgent appeal for new fire tenders. Your Excellency, over the past few years, we have witnessed several devastating fire outbreaks across the country, from markets and residential communities to factories, offices, and public institutions. These fires have left many families and business owners counting unbearable losses. Every time such incidents occur, Ghanaians expect one institution to respond swiftly. That's the Ghana National Fire Service. Unfortunately, the men and women who put their lives on the line to protect us are increasingly being asked to perform this difficult task with aging equipment. The service has repeatedly raised concerns that many of its fire tenders are now more than 15 years old. These vehicles have served the nation faithfully, but like every machine, they have reached a stage where frequent breakdowns, expensive maintenance, and mechanical failures are becoming the norm rather than the exception. Your Excellency, every second counts during a fire outbreak. A tender that develops a fault on its way to an emergency can mean the difference between saving a building and watching it collapse into ashes. It can mean the difference between rescuing trapped occupants and arriving too late. It can mean the difference between life and death. It is therefore worrying that some fire officers have had to battle emergencies with vehicles that are no longer as reliable as they should be. While the dedication and professionalism of our firefighters remain unquestionable, courage alone cannot replace modern equipment. Mr. President, your administration has consistently spoken about protecting lives, strengthening emergency response systems, and building a resilient nation. Procuring modern fire tenders for the Ghana National Fire Service would be a practical demonstration of that commitment. This is not merely an expenditure, it is an investment in the safety of our people. Every new fire tender purchased represents countless homes that can be saved, businesses that can continue operating, schools that can be protected, and lives that can be preserved. Your Excellency, as our cities continue to expand, industries continue to grow, and new communities emerge, the demand on the fire service also increases. Their fleets must grow alongside the country's development. Modern firefighting equipment is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. We therefore humbly appeal to you to prioritize the procurement of new fire tenders and other essential firefighting equipment for the Ghana National Fire Service. At the same time, we encourage government to ensure that these tenders are distributed equitably across the country so that every region and district can respond promptly whenever disaster strikes. Mr. President, our firefighters have demonstrated time and again that they are ready to serve. Let us also demonstrate that as a nation, we are ready to equip them adequately. May we never wait for another avoidable tragedy before taking this important step. Thank you, Your Excellency, and may God continue to bless you as we serve our dear nation. Yours faithfully, Class FM.
Over to you, Your Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Today is Monday, and Dr. Vanessa P. is standing by to give us some health tips.
I'm Dr. Vanessa Rapia, and this is Medical Minutes. If I asked you your cholesterol level today, would you know it? Most people don't, yet it may be one of the most important numbers for your long-term health. Cholesterol often gets a bad reputation, but cholesterol itself isn't the enemy. Your body needs cholesterol to make hormones, vitamin D, and healthy cells. The problem occurs when cholesterol levels become unbalanced. Over time, excess cholesterol can build up inside blood vessels, narrowing them and making it harder for blood to flow freely. This process can happen quietly for years. You can feel completely healthy while changes are taking place inside your arteries. That is why high cholesterol is often called a silent risk factor. It increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular diseases, but usually causes no symptoms until complications occur. The good news is that cholesterol levels can often be improved through lifestyle changes and, when necessary, medication. Knowledge gives you options. If you are over 35 or younger with a family history of heart disease, diabetes, or stroke, please consider having your cholesterol checked. You cannot manage what you don't measure. I'm Dr. Vanessa Rapia, CEO of the Accra London Health Centre. Your well-being matters.
Over to all of us, and a big thank you to Dr. Vanessa Rapia for those education. Remember, you're still live, you're on Class 91.3 FM.
It's a goal! The World Cup football
Let me say a big thank you to you for tuning in to Class 91.3 FM. And just in case you're listening to us for the very first time, this is A Piece of My Mind, which is a segment of the show where I share my thoughts on a subject or more and give you an opportunity for you to do same. You can reach us via multiple ways. Our WhatsApp number remains the same, 0500,000 202, 0500,000 202. Alternatively, you can find us on our socials, Class 913. We're streaming live there. Give us a watch, give us a comment, give us a like, and give us a share. And when the phone lines are activated, you can give me a call, 0302 208080, 0302 208080. This morning, I want to extend the conversations on the rains that are coming in. Today is the 6th of July 2026, and the rains are not going to be stopping any moment. Yesterday, I recall when I got the text message from the Ministry of Interior. Quickly, I just went to social media to scan, a few things before going to bed. And the worries were obvious for many, especially those who find themselves in the flood-prone areas. The worry was there. You could feel the fear in comments that were being shared by people who posted videos and all of that. You could feel the fear in them. What is going to go wrong? Am I going to be losing a thing or two? Am I going to be losing a property or two? Am I going to be losing a document or two? Am I going to be losing something that I have worked so hard to build in the last 10 years, in the last 20 years, as a result of the rains that were going to come? The message said that there was a 40% chance that the rains would come, and there was a chance that certain areas would be flooded. For anyone who saw that message, or for anyone who has seen that message, I want to believe that you are making, or you're taking the necessary steps to ensure that you do not suffer again. We have suffered enough. It's very obvious that we can't count on our authorities for the help that we need all the time. So, if I were you, I would take matters into my own hands and do what I have to do. If at this point you happen to find yourself in a flood-prone area, you know it yourself. It is not about government coming to tell you that you are in a flood-prone area. If you happen to find yourself in a community where, as a result of an individual's actions by building in waterway, or people putting all kinds of materials in choked gutters, that is leading to floods in your communities, you know what you have to do. If it is a case of the choked gutters, you can possibly help. I remember in the past we used to do this communal labor thing where people would come together and clear the gutters, they seal the gutters and all of that. Today we do not have that sort of community belonging again. I barely see that. Once in a while I would see an NGO, or once in a while I would see a church group, the youth group or something like that come together to clean them. These days you barely have the community doing that. As for the house that has been built on the waterway, sometimes a very greedy person, not all the time, a very greedy person at the assembly, or sometimes because the person is a very powerful and influential person, at least the officers have told us, the officials have now told us, you can't move the building. The only thing you can do is to pull down the building. This morning I was seeing a story about works that are going to be carried out to pull down buildings in certain parts of the country because they are built on waterways. If the authorities have them, they should go and pull down Villaggio. Then we know they are working. But if they go and pull down Davi's kiosk, if they go and pull down Davi's center container, they've not done anything. If they go and pull down my kiosk in my community, they've not done anything. But if they go and pull down Villaggio and all of those big premises that are in waterways that are causing the lives of so many people, and it's not like we are picking on them. Me, I've lived in Accra all my life, virtually. So I know so many places in Accra and how they were 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, when we did not have those properties. You see that stretch where the Accra Mall is, to that side of Villaggio, that goes all the way through Mary Mada School and all the way through all of those communities in Airport West. A lot of the properties that you used to see there, they were not there. They were just small houses which were not causing any problems. Today, go to that same area within the stretch of about 5 minutes drive. Look at the kind of construction that is going on there and ask yourself whether these people, one, have the right permits, two, whether the drainage systems are okay to ensure that even when the rains come in, it won't cause that level of destruction. Today, if you happen to live in and around Airport West or Jolu, you are literally living in water. The moment the clouds gather, you start getting worried. And those are the areas where the rich, powerful, and mighty are. And they are building all kinds of things over there. So I want to see it start from there. Then I know that, the Davy Sena's kiosk will not be affected. Then Kofi Owusu's container will not. Those ones, they are easy things to do. Go and remove Davy Sena's kiosk and Kofi Owusu's container. They are very easy to do. But if you go and clear those houses of those very powerful and influential people, then I know that you have them. You can take care of them. Until then, Chief, we will suffer. We will suffer. It is not only about the silting the gutters. It's about the buildings too. If we don't get them out of the way, we would suffer. If we don't stop the various municipal authorities and the district assemblies from issuing out all of these licenses to the rich and mighty, we will suffer. Because the rains will not stop today. We will not stop today. We would only go on a commercial break for a year. Next year, we'll come back. We'll come and discuss. If we want long-term solutions, they should start now. They shouldn't start next year. We don't have to wait for another 365 days. We don't have to. The permits here, they will give. People will collect brown envelope and give. And get people to build anywhere and everywhere. If you really want to understand how these permits are given any way and anyhow, and causing all kinds of detriments. For those of you who live around Pambros area, who live just behind if you're McCarthy Hill on your right, and just down there, when you make your way all the way to the sea. If you really want to understand how we are crazy about things like permits and how we go about them. In my lifetime, Pambros has been there since producing the salts over there. Someone decided to give a cement company a license to operate near Pambros. Or those of you who live in that area, you have not noticed. Pambros is there. We are doing the salt over there, the salt that you are consuming, and operating just from the corner of the sea over there. We have given a license to someone to start a cement factory there. Have you thought about the health hazards? The people who give out the license, you think they care? They don't care. They don't care. Oh, they don't care today. They don't care tomorrow. These are the same people who would give license to people to build in waterways. So yesterday, when that information came from the Ministry of Interior, you see how all of us are worried, especially if you live in a flood-prone area. Yet we talk about ensuring that this building is not here, this building is not here, the gutter is desilted, this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. Nothing will change. We know that nothing will change. So if I were you, on the back of the announcement that came yesterday, if I were you, and you know very well that your area is flood prone, Oga, I beg, make the move. You have lost enough last week already. Some of you have lost the ultimate. You have lost family members. That is enough. Yeah. You are a human being, Sam. So whatever is left to safeguard, I beg you, don't say because the rains are not coming as we speak or they are not intense. It is now exactly 8 o'clock. Don't say that because they said 4 to 7 and now that it is 8 o'clock and it's still not intense, so it is over. No, you are not God. The rains will come, whether you like. If it doesn't come today, it will come tomorrow. So the little that is left, or it will come later in the day, I beg you, the little that is left, try and safeguard them. including yourself. If you have to move, I beg you, please move. If you have to move some equipment in your house, I beg, please move them. I know it's a Monday. Some of you were quick to leave home. Some of you have already left home. You probably even at work like me. But once the announcement came, I got the message at 10:23 p.m. last night. Once the message came between last night and this morning, if there's something you can move, if you haven't left home yet, I beg you, if there's something you can move, move it. I saw a woman who was crying like a baby. Some documents be that she was working on for some international company or something like that. Some plenty documents be, it's all gone. You can move those things. The fridge that you spent years to buy, you can move them. Those household stuff, you can move them. As for the building, you can't move it. That one, there's nothing you can do about it. But the things that are in the house, I beg you, if it is possible for you to move them away, please do so. Don't lose those ones too again. We are tired already. We are tired. You have made enough sacrifices with the coins that you have, with the salary that you are getting, which probably would not even take you that far anyway. But you have saved hard enough. That is what you have used to support yourself and your family all this while, by putting a thing or two together, buying some stuff in the house. Yes, you worked so hard and we appreciate your hard work. But go that extra mile by saving or salvaging the little that is left. I beg you, the little that is left. Because if the rains come, I do not know whether it would hit Gan East or Gan West or Gan South or Gan Central. I don't know. So let's save ourselves, especially those of you in flood prone areas. Let's do well to save ourselves before it gets late.
Class 91.3 FM.
Well, let me take some phone calls. 0302 208080 0302 208080. Give me a call and share your thoughts with me on the issues I've raised this morning. 0302 208080, or you can send me a message on our WhatsApp platform 0500,000 202 0500,000 202, or again you can find us on our socials, Class 913 on Facebook. We're streaming live. Give me a comment, give me a like, give me a share, and give us a watch as we discuss the issues that matter to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Baba.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Nako, calling from Togo.
Please go ahead.
In 24 day, I think it's one I'm open, obese store, choco, and light pole, I said, pepper, and I'm with the AM for any, when the panel was store will look now. So after AM for calling business, I didn't see it. Also, 3,000. Number to see a light pole of there. I say I saw on top of for the medicine for the sino. And to say, what's our my way more? And 24 side of my way, a baby.
0302208080. Hello, good morning. Oh, I lost the caller, but you can try 0302208080 0302208080. And someone has sent me a message that the third village is currently being built. Chale 0302. This one is by the roadside. Everybody can see. The construction is going. Everybody can see it. Hello, good morning.
A friend, a brother from the same constituency. I am in South Kwabinya. He is in Taipa. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Eben. Yourself?
Not bad at all. I give glory to Father Mighty God in heaven. It is by His grace that I'm alive. You see, He's spoken your mind. Whether village or no village, the demolition must cut across. We don't need to spare anybody. And for me, if I'll have my own way, those that issue the permit must be also fired. Or what do you say?
I agree with you.
Yes. Because why issue a permit in the first place? Because nowadays, what some of us have realized that when some people are building, they intended to put you on stop work. By the time you realize it is finished. So, if the assemblies are not aware of this, maybe stop work and the activity, why not all of a sudden you see stop work, produce permit, and they are still work. You don't demolish at a go. But you just look at what you allow them to go this way. So where Villaggio is, go demolish. Where squatters, go demolish it. We don't want looking fake via so that what you will see Davi Mami crying, Zongo guy crying, but Villaggio people will be laughing, smiling. They should go and demolish that because we all know that area, Chado and everything. We know that those days it was a farming area for we the gas. How come now some people are using millions of dollars to build that village? Let's demolish everything and make sure that Ghana move forward because we can't afford to be wasting a work every time we go to our work. Our fund to go and look for money to cater for some people that due to their negligence. It shouldn't happen. It must.
Hey Ben, I hear you. Thank you very much. 0302208080. Hello, good morning.
My cherished host.
Papa, good morning.
Good morning, bro. I saw you on telly on GTV this in Charlie. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, my brother.
Charlie, you are a lovely brother on set with Charlie.
We do our best.
But you see, let me talk about football small, then I'll touch on the flood issue. See, I made this point, I think, on your show that I said, I think Jordan Ayew has lost his leg after observing the friendly matches. But I made that point.
I remember.
You see, they will tell you, that, they want him to be doing the, what do you call it, turning round, what turning round? And where was Brandon and Thomas Brandon and Ajeti? Where were they?
They were on the bench.
Oh, in fact, this coach, anyway, on the flooding issue, though, it was a massive one in general. But I see a second look at Alajo Central Constituency. That's my constituency. I was former communication officer for that very constituency. That is communication officer for that very constituency, for NDC. My brother, the MC, long time ago, he's been sleeping on the job. He needs to be fired. And please, talk some for Alajo. Alajo needs urgent attention, but the flood there, Charlie, the damage that has caused, they need urgent attention for relief. Please, I want you to add your voice to it for me. But the MC of Alajo, Rudolph, of ASU Central Constituency, must be fired. We need a visionary leader over there. A visionary leader. Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you so much, Papa, for calling. 0302208080. Hello, good morning. Oh, I lost this caller, but you can try again. 0302208080. Give me a call and share your thoughts with me, or send me a message on WhatsApp on 0500,202 0500,202. I would appreciate you calling or sending us those very profound messages this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Seth. I'm calling from Ajekojo.
Seth, go ahead.
Yeah. You see, Mr. Kwame, you see engineers. If you go to Villaggio, you see those engineers was involving of that developing it. They just use the central core. If they want to follow engineer plan and everything, somebody will advise and say that place it should develop like outside one. And this will not be challenged today. Yeah. Mr. Kwame, if you look at that, sometimes we have some engineers in the district assemblies and all these things there, but their masters shadow them. Because those who are supposed to be engineer in assembly, they are not there. Because they just recruit some people to just manage things. That is the problem we are having there. But it's supposed to be something outlined from the central government down to this thing, and decentralization will work perfectly. So no engineer will go and threaten and say that, oh, I'm experienced. How old are you? How old are you want to tell me that place it is not there? What do you know? This statement all must stop. And we can progress to future better. Thank you.
Thank you too. 0302208080. Give me a call and share your thoughts with me on these issues concerning the flats, or send me a message on WhatsApp on 0500,202. Hello, good morning.
All right, fine.
Yes, good morning, Kwame. Go ahead. Hello, Kwame. I can hear you. Go ahead.
How was your weekend?
So managing.
I mean, do the politicians have the political will